Hey, hi, how you doing? Hmm. It is officially December 1st. You already know, first of the month. I mean, go ahead, just start blaring whatever you can, whatever you want. But mm, it always happens to be a while whenever I do these types of videos. They're just like free form, I guess, whatever the hell is on my mind. Um, Naivety, something that I encapsulate. Just like the whole thing about I guess just the naiveness or the fact that I do know better, but we choose not to. Sometimes it depends, but you already know how these things go. Um, I don't know, just a lot has been happening recently. Still, I mean, that's life for you. I hate the fact that we just chalk it up and go, yeah, that's supposed to happen, but yeah, I guess it does. Like I said, I just wasn't feeling good. You know what I do normally whenever I just don't feel good? It might be like a quick reset button. It's like holding or hovering your hand over your console, your gaming console, or your TV, right? You just press that button. You just leave it be. It turns off. And when it wakes up, either rarely there's still the problem persists or things are reset. I'm kind of in like the middle of that. But another thing that I did want to talk about is just like, why is it that these two things always happen? It's like, when it feels like you do something, it's like everything starts going backwards. It's like, I'll say this infamously, like people that I happen to know, like, had a really, really good friend, well, person I used to be friends with. What she ended up doing was she was in a no, 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 my bad. She's still in an abusive relationship, and it's just like, this is a dude that has put hands on you. And yes, I know, I don't know the story between her and him fully. For all we know, she probably could have instigated it. He could have instigated it. Either way, hands, you know, it shouldn't have happened. And we're at the hospital checking her out because, you know, she's messed up, a whole lot of other stuff. And we're just looking at her and we're just like, fuck. You just have to leave this relationship, kick him out of your house, do X, Y, and Z. And she tells me, and my friend, right, I still love him, X, Y, and Z. I just remember hearing that I still love him, and me and my friend just kind of looked at each other for a split bit, just like, okay. And then she said that she still wanted to marry the said guy, and we're just sitting there like, normally I'm the guy that doesn't judge shit, but in situations like that, it's just affirm, you got it, you got it. I'm 22. I'm about to be 23 literally next month. I feel like I've been through like a slew of just shit, and that right there, I just don't want to be around that. Sure, me and that person have been friends for a year, but it's just like, once that shit happened, I just sat there going, yeah, yeah, that's more than enough for me. I can't, no. And then the other thing is like, especially people wise, why is it whenever you treat someone shitty? I'm not saying like everybody, majority. I'm just saying like, why is that such a thing? It's like, and don't get me wrong, I used to be the guy that would be like, oh, I can fix them and all the other type of shit, only for like me to probably fix them, or the situation is like, you know, the same, and it's just like, at the end of all of it, they would turn out better or probably the same, and I'd always turn out the same or worse. Unanimously worse majority of the time, so, yep. But why is it whenever you just treat people like shit? I'm not saying like it's like that all the time or completely, but it's like with some people, some individuals, you treat them like absolute dirt, X, Y, and Z, and they're just like, yeah, I still want to stick around and be for that. And it just works. It's just like, don't get me wrong, I've always seen that. I'm just now putting like I'm just now vocalizing it, if that makes sense. What is it? Me and my dad, right? Whenever he was cutting my hair, like I said, for those who know, I used to be in the red pill space for fucking 4 years and some change. I mean, I'm out of it completely because it's just like a lot of the people that were telling you like, just like basic stuff or just shit that kind of makes sense or whatever, they get outed, or you just find out a lot of them are like pretty bad people or just X, Y, and Z. I pretty much teared away from that. I was a lost person at that time. Well, more lost than what I am now, but still. It was a weird thing. And I think my dad and a whole lot of other people, it's always like a new crop of people that, come into it and all the other shit. But he's cutting my hair and we're just in the middle of like talking about women and etc. And he's just like, the main thing he was telling me was just like, you got to be careful with the type of woman that you get into, especially with where you live, because it's like, you'll literally get backdoored to where it's just like, oh, you think you and this person are probably gonna get it in, or you think this person is da 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 da, and then next thing you know, some dude comes up in your house, catches you in your room with your drawers, and bang bang, just like that. And I've seen that happen to some people. It is fucked up. It is. That and a whole lot of other things too, but just like, if there's some things you don't agree with, I'm the type of guy to where it's like, even if that person has some flaws, etc., etc., red flags or whatever, I still like to observe that person and go like, okay, there's a chance that they will, like, if they're willing and open to change, which some people are, by just default or whatever. It's like you don't want someone shit, I'm trying to think of a fucking example. It's like you don't want to bring attention to yourself and etc., right? And then you're probably with like this loud and obnoxious person, and it's just like, it gets annoying, it gets X, Y, and Z. But it's just they could be a really good and great person, and that overshadows it. It's like, yeah, it's like, damn, I think about like throwing you at the ceiling fan and hoping you like a little bit aight, but this overshadows it, Like, you're a great person, but then it's just like, if they don't want to change or the things keep piling up and up, instead of like, you might like communicate with the person, etc., and then over time they just stop. It's like you notice some things. It's just like, what the actual fuck? How did things go from, we went from point A trying to get to like point B to like point C to just like, we're at point A to FUCKYOU. What hell? What hell is going on? Or I don't know why it's so weird to where it's like things are like, you don't want X, Y, and Z to happen. It's like, you don't want a relationship. You're just focusing on yourself, and it's like, 2 days later, bam. you're probably talking with this person, things are going off pretty good, and then it's just like, maybe you might fall fast, maybe you might be cautious, but it's like, either way, you like this person, and you want to see where things go, you know? Hmm. And I know I can't really be the relationship expert. I can't. I can't. Because I made some mistakes. Some of the people that have been in relationships and shit with me have made mistakes. Not even in like a romantic sense. It's just like, you and your best friend have a falling out. And then things just go, just breaks apart like a tidal wave just came by and just started like humping that shit. And then y'all split and bam. There's like a whole lot of things to be sad about, but I'm just like at the point where it's like, I'm tired. And not in a good way. But despite that. Despite that shit. I still stick around for two things. To see my siblings and those who are important to me just grow up and become fine, established, nice people, And in the other sense as well, hey, things can't always be sunny. Things can't always be gloomy. But despite that, we're just still going to try. Yeah, I'll have some hiccups, and I know y'all are treating me like I'm Corey. It's just like, yo, we love you, man, but you're not fucking consistent. We want you to be consistent. My biggest problem that I have, also, hey, for the record, y'all just tell Avi he is an amazing person. He is. He's been helping out with everything. He's having his own stuff going on. He's trying. You're trying. Shit, I'm trying. It's just, I'm really grateful for y'all. I know I don't say X, Y, and Z a whole lot. Sometimes I feel like I kind of don't need to. I'd rather just like show y'all, even with my quick temper and the amalgamation of just things that are just like negative about me. I still want to work past that and try to turn it into a positive. It's like having a fucked up like lug nut or just like a nut, and you get your wrench, you get your X, Y, and Z, you glue up that nut and then you just fix it like that. Or it's just like putting tape over something. It's like, yeah, we're just still going to keep working with this until we get something else that will help or replace it, But yeah, I literally find just giving up is so much harder than just to keep going, to continue. It's like in Street Fighter, right? You get your ass whooped by like the boss or a fighting game, whatever, right? You get your ass whooped. Or even playing Dark Souls, you keep getting whooped. But all it takes is just that one time to just, you get them good, and when you get them good, man, either you never have to just like put up with certain things again, or you know what to do better next time, and I mean flawlessly too. You'll eventually get to that point. But where I see with giving up with a whole lot of things is just you shut down the opportunity to just keep going. You never know until you know. It's like trying to start up a business, and for the first 2, 5 years, whatever, how long it takes, it just goes bad. It's like you're maybe behind on some stuff. You're still trying to catch up. Some things aren't working, but you continue, you persist, and eventually, the business starts turning out a profit. You get more people coming in. The things that you want to happen will eventually happen. As for the scheduling, the consistency bit, I know that means a lot to y'all. And I'm not going to keep using my well-being, just my mental state, all that as an excuse, because it's just like, I'm not going to force it, and y'all know I won't. I've shown to y'all that I won't force it because, well, randomly some shit will just come out and you guys will be like, yo, thank you. We like this. But it's just along the lines of like, I know that this is like a running theme, but it's like you want to do something and everything in your body, your fiber, just pretty much rejects it. And you still try to push past it and you're able to do it, but it's like of lesser quality. Or vice versa, it's like you don't maybe want to do something, but you still go through with it anyway. It's like work, for example. I fucking, how do I explain this? If I'm not valued, if I don't see no progression, if I don't see like me going anywhere really with like working with someone or etc. Honestly, life is way too short, but way too long for you to just like, all I can say is value yourself. And yeah, I get it. Starting somewhere is starting somewhere. Literally, if you're somewhere where you don't, okay, like I was saying before this headset decided to be a rude piece of work, why is it that, like, just, damn, I've kind of forgotten, but, this headset that I have is like, I used to like Turtle Beaches a lot more, but now it's kind of like, excuse me, in the middle. Because it's like, I do love the quality of the sound that you get, but in terms of like durability for these things, I might just have like a bad one or something like that. But I've had this for like since February, and yeah, yeah, yeah. But like I was saying, it's just like, keep trying. You'll surprise yourself. Because, like I said, life is both short, but can also be very long, believe it or not. Because we're still here. I know any day you could probably spontaneously combust, and I'm sorry if that does scare the absolute shit out of you. It kind of does for me now. And then the other one is just, you could live to have a long and prosperous life. You know? If you want a family, if you don't want a family, hey, those are all up to you. Because what I hate that some people talk about in regards of like having a family and etc. is like, you never know anybody's situation where it's like, when you go off and you want to like have children, or if you want to have a spouse, you do realize you're going to have to take care of this person no matter what the hell happens. Hopefully you do. Also raising children, doing X, Y, and Z. Don't get me wrong, it is a fulfilling thing. But I want to say it's along the lines of just like, yes, I know it is selfish to do X, Y, and Z, to do things for yourself. I mean, that's literally being selfish, but it's just also along the lines of like, think about it. What if someone does go off and do all the things that you tell them they're supposed to do, and they still end up fucking miserable? It's just like, this thing really isn't for them. I know that because I'm one of those people. Or The other thing that I have learned about that is you haven't found the right thing for you yet. One of my, what somebody told me was maybe it's not time for you to have these things, these moments, these X, Y, and Z yet. Because think about it, some people pretty much have had those said things robbed from them. And I know while I'm playing a game or something like that, it's like someone might be like ultra sweaty and they go touch some fucking grass, go take a shower, go start a family. It's like you probably hear a 40-year-old person on the line that, yo, shouldn't you be starting a family or go take care of your kids or etc. Look, that shit is a joke, but in all like seriousness, it's just like forcing or pressuring people into things that they don't want to do is a firm no. Because think about it. Look, I'm the type of guy where it's just like, I fucking hate being told what to do. But if it's necessary or I'm willing to learn all that other shit, I can do that. I can definitely do that. But it's just like, I don't know, I've always been like a rebel against authority and shit like that. But as I'm getting older, it's just like, I'm realizing why some things do make sense. And some things I'm just like, I'm not gonna lie, this is still stupid. I'm gonna push against it because, well, middle fingers. But it's just, some people still have yet to learn X, Y, and Z. And as for like the family aspect, it's just, like I said, the last thing you want to do is like get into a situation where it's just like, you think you wanted this and now you're stuck with something like for a lifetime. Like, think about it. My parents were divorced, and I'm not gonna lie to you, that definitely had an effect on me, without a shadow of a doubt. But they still made it work. At first, they didn't like each other, but they realized, due to a bunch of circumstances, that, hey, we gotta make this work. I mean, I can't say shit, I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably have a baby mama or some shit out there, and I'm not gonna denounce it, no fucking shit like that, but it's just like, hey, if they let me know, they let me know. I'm gonna take responsibility, actually try to work on being a better person for this little person who I would be excited for to grow up and become their own person, and then their mother, help them out in any shape and facet that is comfortable within my control, and you know, all the other basic shit that is there. But yeah, just people don't feel like being pressured into shit, even if they are confusing and a whole lot of other shit. Only work with what wants to work with you. The thing is that I know we all know this, but it's just still good reinforcement to hear, you know? Because, look, sometimes we get lost, sometimes we don't. We cycle and we go through a whole bunch of other things, and I know that because I've just been through it, and you have too, or shit, we're both going through it. But hi, welcome to fucking winter, where desperity and a whole lot of other negative things come out the fucking wazoo. Because think about it, if things are way too fucking hot, you're probably gonna stay your ass inside. If things are way too cold, you're gonna stay your ass inside. And what happens when you're staying inside mainly? A lot of people, look, I'm the person to where it's just like, I like being alone, I can enjoy my own company, X, Y, and Z, but because of, I thought someone was outside, but because of the protrudements and all the other BS that I have, sometimes it does do some things to me that are, GG is the best way I can describe it. And then I know for some other people, they literally can't even deal with their own thoughts, their own X, Y, and Z. And yeah, I can't deal with mine. Like, shit, sometimes. Sometimes, yeah. But like I said, that's something that I can't help. And I know some other people can't help it as well. But it's just like extroverts, for example. Remember during the 119, just like all that other shit. I don't know why I did the hand thing. I had a stroke trying to do the 1 and the 9. One. I'm sorry. It's like a paired thing. It's like if I do like one thing, my fingers have to go boing, 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 dong, 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 something like that. One. I'm proving I can fucking count. I can't wait for you to call me a fucking retard. Look, my brain wasn't correlating. I've been up for a while, and I have like fog brain still. I'm like, all I can think about is clapping and food. I'm fucking with y'all. I'm fucking stupid. But yeah, some people just like extroverts, for example, they always have like a constant need to be like around people, or some other people they need validation, they need X, Y, and Z, and if they don't get it, or if there's not like a constant thing or whatever the hell for it, it's just like, yo, they succumb, they go into a pit of despair. Like I said, I'm not gonna judge y'all for that. Just things happen, genuinely. Like I have a problem. I had the constant need to fuck. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. Okay. Okay. I don't know what the fuck my headset was doing, but normally it's like 15 to 20 minutes before it goes, oh yeah, we're getting shut off now. But like I'm gonna go back to like the consistency and the scheduling thing, right? I know my stuff is literally all over the place. It's like maybe I want to go off and I want to go do something, and I will eventually catch up to it. Y'all know I will. If I say something, it's just like it's always a matter of when I'll do it. It's like Fortnite and shit like that, for example. Like y'all tell me to do Roblox, Fortnite, like all that other shit. Don't get me wrong, I'll still do it. It's just there's other shit on my mind that I'd like to do and maybe share with y'all. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all already know I'm a lazy piece of work at times. Okay, maybe more than at times, but and I know I'm capable of a higher potential, a higher just everything. And I can't keep making these fucking excuses, but it's just like I just don't want to do shit. And I know if you don't do shit, you won't be shit. But it's just like, I'm sorry for your ears, by the way. It's like, hey, I'd rather have someone like help me out, automate some of these things, like help alleviate some of this shit, because it's like, don't get me wrong, it's not like I can't do it by myself. I just notice when I do, it takes away so much from like everything else, you know? It's like the editing process. Like, don't get me wrong, I can do that shit and I fucking love that shit. But it's just like, sometimes I'll be in the middle of something, I get a call, I get X, Y, and Z, and it's kind of urgent, I gotta go take care of that. Or, what is it? I'll be like in the middle of like working on videos and shit, and my friends will see it. And they're like, hey man, you wanna play a game? You wanna do X, Y, and Z? And I'm thinking to myself, like, you know what? Yeah, I guess I need a break. And then that break ends up being like fucking 6 hours long, and I come back to my thing after like everyone is gone, and I'm like, shit. Because what I used to do back then is, man, what I used to do back then was I was a raging fucking workaholic. Sometimes I can still be like that, especially if it's necessary, of course. But it would be like I would not really talk to anyone. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some days it's still like that too. Then again, I just don't have notifications on my shit. I know when you're doing this type of stuff, you kind of need to. But I would just hyper focus on one thing. Nothing could really knock me out of it until I was done. And I realized it affected a lot of my relationships, a lot of my X, Y, and Z, because here's the last topic I'll talk to you about. Sacrifice. If you want to be somewhere, if you want to get to X, Y, and Z, sometimes, or in my case, majority of the time, you might have to sacrifice something. It's like a job, for example. You want to make a bunch of money, you want to make X, Y, and Z. Only problem is that it's going to take away time from you to just do everything else. Like, if you have a family, for example, like you're always working, you're always providing. What you're doing is that you're sacrificing time that you would have with them to make sure and ensure that, you know, they're safe, they can prosper, they have everything that they need and that they want to just, you know, do X, Y, and Z, except for, well, your time. Because you might be working your ass off, and I know this is the same thing for a lot of fathers, and I respect y'all, I do. You might be working your ass off, you might be doing X, Y, and Z, and it's just, you come home, you're tired, you just want to eat, say hey to everybody, maybe watch a game, do X, Y, and Z for like an hour or two, and then you're knocked out just to go start the cycle again until the weekend. Where it's like you maybe still might be too tired, or you'll be like, hey, we have a little bit saved over from bills. Let's all go to X, Y, and Z. Let's go have some fun. Let's go chill. Maybe take a vacation. Whatever the fuck, right? My dad, loved that guy. Absolutely amazing and wonderful guy. He told me pretty much like, I think it was a few years back or some shit. He said like, hey, the reason why we have so much and etc. that the way that we do now is I pretty much had to make that sacrifice of like being there for y'all to be able to just like now and even like a few years back, it would pretty much be like, hey, if there's something that we want to go do or whatever the hell, we can definitely go and do it. But he told me that because he was just like, if there's something that you want to do, you have to be aware of what you're going to have to sacrifice for it. Like a relationship, for example. Um, Not even like in a, well, it could be in a romantic sense, we'll just say that. And sometimes you don't have to sacrifice for friends or whatever the fuck, but it's just like you might come to like some bloody situations that are just unsavory. Or like starting up a business, that business might take up majority of your time, and well, we've all seen how those things can go. Especially if you want it to be successful and prosperous in the way that you want. It might take away time from literally just everybody, from family, friends, all of this, just to ensure that you get somewhere that you want, or maybe things don't even go to plan and it's just, it might be a bit lopsided. It's like being thrown at the ceiling fan. You fucked up, but you a little bit alright. It's like working out, for example. It's like, yo, your body's gonna be hurting like a motherfucker for like a bit. And then pretty much it's just like, hey, now I have more stamina. I have more strength. I'm able to just do basic things a little bit better. I'm able to run faster, just all that other shit. But pretty much this is just a recap of like, hey, I'm a little bit fucked up, but I'm still alright. I wasn't thrown at the ceiling fan this time, I think. I mean, I got slammed against the wall, but hey, I'm good. I'm cool. I'm chilling. But thank y'all for being here and etc. Oh god, did my accent just come out? Yeah, we're all just gonna pretend that that didn't happen. Yo, can I fucking edit this out? Shit.